Hi, I'm James from Two Against None. As always, the cameraman is Ray.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about the Nerf Accustrike Alphahawk on Two Against None. So stay tuned. So we've come to our review section, and we've actually got something a little different this time around. Ray and I have come up with a rating system to kind of give you a rating for the blasters we review. There's going to be 5 categories, and each category is going to be out of 10, and at the end it's going to be out of a score of 50, because that's how math works. So our 5 categories are performance, ergonomics, special features, appearance, and value. And we'll break those down as we go into them. So today we're going to talk about the Accustrike Alphahawk, which you've been seeing lots of in our video already. Let's go right into performance. Ray, why don't you start us off?
Okay, so performance we broke down into a couple subcategories to give us a baseline. FPS, range, and accuracy. So I thought it did pretty good. The FPS was right on par. It was with Accustrike darts, it was 73. With elites, it was a little less. I think it was about 70. Range was hitting, I think, 45 flat, and then a little bit further with elites, but elites were just everywhere. It's almost pointless to say how far the elites went. I mean, we had an elite that hit 80 feet, but there's no way you're going to hit anything with them.
So what's your score?
So, accuracy as well, I think it's phenomenal. Accuracy with this blast, as you would expect with this blaster, is really good. So my total overall score for this thing is a 7. I thought it did pretty darn well out of the box.
So, also to let you know, we actually haven't discussed our scores with each other beforehand, so we're kind of revealing for the first time. So for performance as well, I actually also picked a 7 out of 10. Much like Ray said, this is the first blaster we've used with the Accustrike darts, and it was night and day differences. I mean, elite darts were flying wild as elite darts do. Accustrike darts, they were just clumping really well. They'd all fire at the same spot. There were no weird, wild darts or anything like that. So it was very impressive with performance. So, moving on to our next category, we have ergonomics.
So real quick, one of the things we did notice about the elite darts in this blaster is every once in a while, I'd say 1 out of 10, it seemed to actually be hitting the tip of the blaster as it was coming out, and they were just going way in the wrong direction. So it never happened with the Accustrike darts, but every once in a while with the elite, it would hit something on the way through and just muff your shot up pretty bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of barrel to get through for a dart without touching anything, and if you've got worn darts, they will fishtail or hit something out of there. So there's that. So moving on to our next category, we have ergonomics. That kind of talks about the comfort, the reloading, and the ease of use for the blaster. So I'll start us off. So I actually gave this thing an 8 out of 10 for ergonomics for several reasons. First, this is the first blaster I've ever had where there's actually a little like rubber bit on the handle to give it that nice grip. You're not just grabbing plastic, which is really nice. And surprisingly, although there's a lot of weird boxes here where your hand has to fit in, my hand fits perfectly in here, super comfy. The stock is actually pretty comfy, and the grip is actually in a pretty decent spot. I mean, everything about this is very comfy. I wish it was a little larger overall as an adult, but it fits me fairly well for the size of it and what it is, so that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. Mr. Ray?
My score wasn't quite as good. I gave it a 6.5, because apparently we're doing half points right now.
Oh, no. Surprise to me.
Left-handed wasn't as easy as right-handed. That seems to be a common theme for Nerf blasters.
Ray rocks the southpaw.
My hand, I'm only assuming, is a little bit bigger than James's because I don't find it as comfortable. I think this bar in the back here kind of gets in the way. The stock's not bad. Could be a little longer, another inch or two. I think the underhand grip is in the right spot. Ease of use, reloading. Reloading I had some problems with, which is probably why my score is a little bit lower. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, but maybe it's because I'm left-handed, but every once in a while it gives me a little trouble. So that's why I gave it a 6.5.
What's our next category, Ray?
Next category, special features. Pretty much just anything extra the blaster has going for it, whether it be slam fire, anything like that. So I gave this kind of a low score. I gave it a 5 for special features. One of the subcategories we have for special features is ammo capacity. versus what?
Size.
Versus size. So this thing is a 5-dart barrel drum.
Sure.
Sure. No reason for it to be that few. At the very least 6.
Look how big this thing is. It's massive. 5 shots for this giant thing.
Should be 8. There's no reason for it. And the other thing is because it's only 5, the chamber itself is small, and so you can't reload it without pulling it out. Unless you were going to bend the heck out of some darts, you just can't do it. And I think that's just completely unnecessary in a blaster this size.
To add on to that, so for the special features category, I also gave this a 5. So one of the things that I noted immediately on reloading is because this chamber is really small, if you don't quite put your dart in all the way, it'll just stop. You can't even, you gotta like one dart at a time, you can't like throw them in and go. It's super compact. One of the things I did like though is the auto return on the bolt sled. It just kind of goes and then you can fire, which is pretty slick. I did like that, but aside from that, I gave it a 5. I mean, that's what it got. What else we got?
Next category is appearance. No subcategories there. How does it look? I think it did really well in this category. I gave it an 8. I think it looks pretty darn cool. It's pretty sleek. It's kind of got that rifle, sniper, I don't know how to describe it, but I really like it, and so I gave it an 8.
I didn't score quite as high. I gave it a 6. I really like the look of it. But again, I just think it's a giant pistol. So, although it looks really cool, you're basically rocking a huge pistol. And in that regard, this is going to be a primary. I don't really feel as though it looks appropriate for what it can do. So finally, it comes to our last category. Is it worth your money? Kind of the value category for its price point. This is price point in most retail stores for about $25. And I gave it a, I gotta look at my notepad, I gotta memorize this. I gave it a 6. So I gave it a 6 mainly because the Accustrike darts are really good. That's probably why I rated it so well. How many come in the pack?
10.
You get 10, which is nice. It gives you double ammo capacity, thank goodness. If they only gave you 5, I would have rated this much lower. But they give you 10, which is nice. And it's big, and it's a giant pistol, but for $25, I feel as though it's fairly appropriate, so it's got a 6.
Yeah, I also gave it a 6. $25 for this amount of plastic ain't too bad. That being said, there shouldn't be this much plastic. Double darts, fantastic. Accustrike darts are not the easiest or the cheapest things to get right now, so you get 10 of them, so that's pretty cool. Pretty much mimicking everything James just said. 6, a little bit better than average there, but yeah, my score is 6.
So altogether, I got 32 out of 50.
And I gave it a 30.5, because that's how I roll, out of 50. So, is it worth your money? In the end, it's up to you. I would say probably not for me, but it's got some cool stuff and some other stuff that's not so much.
Yeah, so overall, a fun blaster, but I don't know if you want to dive into it. I would wait for more Accustrike stuff to come out to see what else they got going on. So, that's what we got. Well, we hope you enjoyed our style of entertainment and review as we talked about the Nerf Accustrike Alphahawk today. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and like and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Say goodbye, Ray.
Ciao.
See you guys next time.